It is a known fact that a frosting can literally make or break your cake icing and decorating. Let me share with you all the perfect cream cheese frosting recipe, tackling all the different problems that one could face, and of course how to troubleshoot them in the very end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Be it any frosting, always remember to start by sieving your icing sugar. Acha haan, one more thing. Let me stress, no other sugar would work. You have to use icing sugar, also known as powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, depending upon which part of the world you are. No, you cannot powder your granulated sugar and use it here because one, they won't be as fine as the store-bought one, and also the store-bought one does have anti-caking agents that help stiffen the frosting. Let's set this aside and move on to beating the cream cheese. But the catch is to note the consistency of it. So we start with cool cream cheese for this recipe. What do I mean by cool cream cheese is that simply take out the amount of cream cheese you would need from the fridge, then microwave for 5 seconds and beat it until creamy. If you do not have a microwave, then let it sit on your countertop for 5 to 10 minutes and not more than that. So you want your cream cheese to be cool, not too cold straight from the fridge or not too soft like we need for making cheesecake batter. Now beat this until creamy, stopping in between to scrape the bowl and continuing. Make sure there are no lumps in it. Okay, next we add in the butter. Butter also has to be cool, not too soft or melted. So microwave for few seconds or leave it on your countertop for not long, say about 15 minutes or so. Just keep an eye so that it doesn't get too soft. Beat them together for around 3 to 4 minutes depending upon the mixer you are using. So this is the other mistake that you might be making. Timing is crucial, my friend. You might beat it for 1 to 2 minutes and feel that they are both creamy and mixed well and stop at this point. But the magic actually happens after the first 2 minutes. This is what would make your frosting fluffy and take your frosting from meh to wow. Again, of course, do remember to stop in between, scrape your bowl and then continue so that everything mixes uniformly. Now that's done, so let us add our icing sugar a little at a time, about half to 1 cup at a time. Just like I mentioned in the buttercream frosting video, of course the reason for that is different, but the idea is the same. That is, once you add the sugar, do not beat for long, say about 30 seconds at a time. Sugar tends to pull out the moisture from the cream cheese, making your frosting go runny. So beat the sugar until it is mixed with the cream cheese and not long. But once you add all of the sugar, that is when you beat it for a good 2 minutes for the sugar to dissolve. The timings are of course subjective because it would depend upon the mixer you are using. The more you make this frosting, the better you would get at judging. So all you have to now remember is that when you're adding the icing sugar, that is when you're adding about half to 1 cup at a time, at that point do not beat for long. Once you have added all the sugar that you need for the recipe, then you beat it for 2 minutes. Now at this point you would find that the frosting is too hard. That is okay because we haven't added the lemon juice yet. But how much lemon juice to add? Now even though the recipe calls for 4 to 5 teaspoons of lemon juice, do not be tempted to add all at once. Just add 1 teaspoon at a time and beat everything well. Apart from flavoring the frosting, lemon juice is also used to adjust the consistency of the frosting. So adding all at once may cause your frosting to go runny, and to fix it you might end up adding more sugar, which would only turn it into a sweet frosting and ruin it all for you. So yes, just add a little at a time to adjust the consistency. I used a total of 4 teaspoons here because I wanted a spreadable consistency to spread it on this old-fashioned carrot cake recipe that is coming up next on the channel, so do stay tuned. But yes, my goal was to get a spreadable consistency, but if you want it to be pipeable, you can add a little less of the lemon juice. Add the lemon juice and zest and beat well, and voila, beautiful frosting is ready. Even though my goal was to get a spreadable consistency, I could still use it to pipe beautifully. I mean, just look at it. You can literally see how well it is holding its shape, just so beautiful and creamy, right? Now you can definitely color your cream cheese frosting, and this frosting goes well with of course red velvet cake and cupcake. Find the recipe for the same on the channel. Okay, by the way, I will leave all the links to the related recipes in the description box below, so do check them out. Apart from the red velvet cake and cupcakes, you can use it on carrot cake and cupcakes, banana cake, banana bread, zucchini muffins, zucchini bread, pumpkin spice cake, chocolate cake. But the thing is that since this is a stiff cream cheese frosting, you can also use it to frost it on sugar cookies or even brownies. Now, even after doing all of this, if you still find that your frosting is runny, then here are the few things that you might have gone wrong with. Starting with, you did not use full fat cream cheese, so please cross check the brand and the type. Avoid using low fat cream cheese, spreads or tubs. You need to use block of cream cheese for making this recipe. Check for the expiry date. Sometimes cream cheese closer to expiry date may contain more water content, which causes the frosting to go runny. Consistency of ingredients was not right. Remember, you do not want to work with too soft or melted cream cheese or butter. Remember, the cream cheese and butter both has to be cool, so not too soft or melted. The next thing could be that, remember, once you add the sugar, you are not supposed to knead the mixture for long. Sugar would draw the moisture out and make it runny. You might have accidentally incorporated all of the lemon juice at once. Only add a little at a time to adjust the consistency. Now, if you have followed the recipe to the T, which is used the right amount of icing sugar, the consistency of butter and cream cheese was right, you did not beat the sugar for long, added required amount of lemon juice, but still if it is runny, then simply pop the bowl into the refrigerator for a couple of minutes and it should stiffen. But do not be tempted to add more icing sugar, because you would end up with a sweet frosting rather than a thick frosting. I guess I have covered it all in this video. Do watch how to use this cream cheese frosting on a red velvet cupcake video by clicking here. I'll see you soon in my next one. Until then, this is Sushma signing off. Take care. Bye bye.